Hello. How are you?
So good. How are you?
Doing awesome. You've got your hubby back. Yes.
Yes.
That
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. And how was your son's competition?
was good. It was really good. So he did well. He placed in the top 10 in all of his events. So super
Awesome. Very
exciting.
cool. I love that.
Yeah, it was fun. Fun to be there, but kind of uncomfortable. They do not make bleachers for people to sit on. And
Definitely not designed for maximum comfort.
no, they aren't. Awesome. Where do you want to start today?
I had it in mind and I was like, I'll remember. It was something from the intake form that sparked
Okay,
this.
I was going to ask if it was on there.
Let's revert to that. Let's see. Here's what we got. Perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, my bumping up against.
Okay.
Okay. So in the Rise Up call, that was something Allison mentioned, was like, you're so connected already to the feeling, you don't even care if it happens. And I was like, excuse me. I definitely care if it happens.
Right.
So, talk to me about that.
Okay, so what she's talking about is detaching from the outcome. So you're not feeding your energy into the outcome. Where you're feeding your energy is into the input that you're putting in. So your libs, your wealth consciousness books. What else comes with that? I'm like, you know, listening to the Rise Up calls, office hours, all of the inner game that you're just, kind of putting in there, that then you follow that like inspired action and living in a certain way. You're on module 6.
Yes, my Science of Getting Rich should be here tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Amazon gave it a little tour of the US on the way here.
Of course it did.
It's so good at that.
Well, that's perfect because this is all coming up at the perfect timing. And I think as you read that book and start to really understand what Wattles is saying, that a lot of this will be answered.
Okay, cool.
Because he talks about detaching from the outcome. He talks about acting in a certain way. He talks about the input that you're putting in and how you direct your thoughts, but behind your thoughts has to be inspired action.
Right.
So I was going to ask, with how you worded it on your intake form, do you believe this can happen?
Sometimes.
Okay. So do you envision like what you're going to do when you reach it, what you're going to feel?
I think that's where I'm like, wait, hang on. What do you mean it might not happen? It was because like her advice was like, become obsessed with just the feels and what it's gonna look like. What are you wearing? What's the weather like? Like, are you outside? Are you inside? What do you smell? What do you like? Then I'm like, wait, so I'm gonna do all this work and all this investing my time and energy just for it to might not even come, because that's fine. You've daydreamed about it enough that you don't need it to come. Like, wait, what? That really rocked me.
Yeah. So daydream. There's a
vision, but yeah.
But
it would feel like a daydream if it was
right,
never meant to come to fruition.
Yeah. So the difference between daydreaming and envisioning is the action that comes with it. So Waddle says, I was just listening to this, so I'm going to read. It says, thinking in a certain way will bring riches to you, but you must not rely on thought alone, paying no attention to personal action. This is the rock which many otherwise scientific metaphysical thinkers meet shipwreck. the failure to connect thought with personal action. We have not yet reached the stage of development, even supposing such a stage to be possible, in which man can create directly from formless substance without nature's processes or the work of human hands. Man must not only think, but his personal action must supplement his thoughts. So that is, I think what Allison was saying is that as you detach from the outcome, but you're living as if it were, that when you reach your goal, there's that anticlimactic moment of, oh, like I just got my goal. That's kind of cool, but it's anticlimactic because you've been living as if it was already there.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so
I just experienced that, so that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. So, but what you get to detach from is how and when, because those two things is what God is in charge of, and you're in charge of the what and the why.
Okay.
Do you have your why defined?
For which goal? For my money goal?
Mm-hmm.
I was given just this little beautiful snippet. Why that makes me cry. That I'm in my dream house in Oahu. I've already got it picked out, and I was there, and I was in, it's like this gorgeous inside outside room that it's like fully windowed everywhere, and you can open it up really wide, or you can leave it enclosed and just enjoy the rain without being in the rain. Anyway, and I'm sitting there, and there's this woman across from me, and I don't know who she is, but she tells me that because of living the life I have and being her Beachbody coach, I have not changed her life, but saved her life. And so I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's already on my team. I don't know if I've met her yet. I have no idea. But that's my why is, yes, I get my dream house and I get to live in Oahu. Like, that's really exciting, but I have the potential to save a life. Okay, well, I will keep going then. I will do whatever you want me to do if that makes that much of a difference. So.
Awesome. So remember that. You've journaled it, right?
Yeah.
Good. Because on this journey, unfortunately, it's not this smooth sail that we want, right? And you're going to hit those spots where, like, you're given the opportunity to continue to believe and trust the process, or you're given the opportunity to quit. Like this, in the book, I can't remember his exact wording, but he says to think certain thoughts is the most laborious work you'll ever do, because it takes so much intention and focus and to think truth regardless of appearances, right? I'm so excited for you to get into the book because this really, I hope, will just bring the peace that you're needing to feel right now, because you believe that truth. So the truth is you're going to reach your goal. You're going to get that 3,000 a month, and then you're going to go after and you're going to get that 5,000 a month. And in the process of that, you're changing lives. And that woman will show up, and you may or may not know who she is. It, like you said right now, maybe she's already in your space. You don't know. And maybe that will come to fruition where you see that other side of it. But it's likely that you'll never see the other side of it here on this earth. So, but anyway, like, it's really hard to think that you're putting in the right things in your brain when say when you're sick, right? It's easy to think, oh, I don't feel well, my body hurts, my throat hurts, my head hurts. That's really easy, right? Instead of going, oh, okay, right now my pinky feels good, right? You know what I mean? Like that's what he's talking about is going into that believing truth despite appearances and circumstances, and just continuing to put in that input that guides your thoughts to what you want. And with your input and the output is the action, right? So the input is the being and the becoming. And the output, so feminine, input is feminine. The output is your masculine. It's the structure, it's the action, it's the doing that comes in and supports that input that you are putting in. So that's how you create what you want, is by that action. Scripture comes to my mind. When you think of Moses, right? When he parted the Red Sea, he didn't say part and it parted, right? He walked in and got his feet wet. He had to put that faith that he could part the Red Sea into action in order to part that Red Sea. And it's the same with scripture names leaving me. But you see it all over in the scriptures. Nephi, you know, like he'd never killed a man before, and he had to take that action in order to bring the truth to so many other people. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm already connecting some dots, so that's good.
Good. So what do you need clear? Like what is coming up still?
That I want that book to get here.
Right?
Actually, I was gonna ask, she said that there was like an audio, like she read it or something. Where do I find that?
Yes. So okay, because you weren't getting emails when you first got in here, did I ever send you the Wealth Consciousness Jumpstart?
Let me look really fast. What would it be like titled that?
It's called New Member Wealth Consciousness Jumpstart. It should have initially come from client care, but I know we had some.
Okay, yes, that one. Oh, that was the one that was being sticky from Megan.
Oh, was it?
Okay, I do have it though.
Okay, can you open that?
Yes, yes, it's open.
And then it should give you directions. I think it has a here link in which you click to access the Science of Getting Rich.
Watch, listen, daily affirmation instructions. Oh, yep. Oh, there's a PDF.
There should.
Maybe the PDF tells me.
Let's see. Oh, it might be on the PDF. You're right. I'm trying.
Oh, yep, it is.
Oh, good.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, so click in there and then the it should give you the password and everything too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. That way, I mean, now you can even listen to it, so you don't have to wait for the book to come tomorrow. And she reads it beautifully, and it did energy work while she read it, so it's beautifully done.
Okay, I'm excited for that. Thank you.
Yeah. So connecting in to believing it's going to come.
Okay.
That's where you're going to want to put a lot of focus and not give your time and attention to the disbelief.
Okay.
When that, like, again, he says, cast it aside like it's a sin. Like, just toss it aside. Don't give it any of your energy or time or attention, and focus, as you feel those thoughts come in, take them and redirect them. Whether that's with the daily affirmation or with your libs, or by pulling out your goal card and reading it and really connecting to your why while you're reading it, will help, to be able to cast aside the thoughts of unbelief.
Okay. Done. I will do that.
Awesome.
Sorry, I was looking up at my libs real fast.
No, you're fine.
Question.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't even know how to ask it. I want to, I feel a really, really strong pull to get better in sparring, which is just a component of Krav Maga. That's the practical application,
right,
hand-to-hand fight kind of thing. It's been a massive struggle for me. I cry every class. It's overwhelming. I'm doing what I can to get better, but I really have a big goal to just tap into whatever I'm not able to tap into yet.
Okay.
I got my feedback from the test that I had done. And I was rated the overall top performer of the whole group.
Awesome.
But was that anticlimactic, oh yeah, well, I was already training to be
right.
So when you said, I was like, okay, yeah, because everyone's freaking out, and I'm like, well, I mean, I went in with the mindset that I was going to give it everything and be shining. So that makes sense.
Right.
I felt prideful saying that, but it was exactly like you said.
Yes.
But then I go into doing this practical application, and I just am like a shell of myself, and clearly a shell of the capacity, because I don't want to hurt my partner. Everything we do in class is on padded, shielded focus,
right,
and thing, you're not touching anyone's face or anything. And sparring is very much, you go after their face and their legs and their stomach safely, but it hurts. And so I'm like, oh, I've got the potential to be what I was the best of the group of 20 of us until I get into the practical application. Okay, hang on. So anyway, so I just didn't know if is that just an affirmation that I would create, or is that a lib I can create? Is there a maximum, you can't have any more libs, or?
Well, we want you to complete the libs that you have, which what I'm trying to say, don't know why it's not coming out of my mouth, is those libs can change really quickly. So there will always be a limiting belief to replace, right? But if you feel you need an affirmation or a mantra right now to go with your sparring, great, let's do it. So, and again, I would ask, what meaning are you giving to sparring?
I've definitely been peeking at this a lot. So it's more I know I'm capable and I know I'm fierce. That's not the issue. When I'm hit, it hurts, it sucks, but I'm fine. I've had better moments, but I'm okay, But I also take that as it's because you suck at this. If you would have just blocked that, and so I take their hits as I'm not good enough. And then I take my strikes as I don't want to hurt you. And so I'm getting punched in the face, but not swinging back. It's just not pretty.
Okay. So are you really not striking back because you don't want to make them feel the way you feel?
Maybe.
Like, because you've given the meaning of being hit as failure.
Yeah.
Like, I just failed. I should have blocked, instead of just taking the feedback and be like, next time I'm blocking.
Right.
You're saying, oh, I'm not good enough. I suck at this. I just got hit, man. Like, if I was good enough, I wouldn't get hit.
Yeah.
So when you hit somebody else, are you projecting that onto what they're thinking?
That's a likely case. Yeah, because I don't want to make them feel bad. Yep.
How can you flip that?
Um, we're both there to learn.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, sometimes that comes with getting hit in the face. But I'm not being a beneficial partner if I'm cushioning that for them.
Right.
Because I'm go right up to them and then I just soften the blow and I'll kick right to their head and then I'll just tap. Like I'm marking it, not following it through.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Mm. This one's gonna take a lot of intention. Okay.
Well, and what you're giving to them is feedback also. As you hold back, like you just said, like you're not a beneficial partner, because as you hold back, it limits their growth.
Yeah.
But as you put forth everything that you have and implement the skills and the tools that you have, you're going to learn. Like, I mean, think about it, because you're coming into practical application here. If you're timid here, come real life,
Yep.
Are you just gonna mark somebody?
Yep. I actually thankfully did just the other day. My poor husband came up behind me and I wasn't expecting him and I just thankfully stopped short, but he almost got an elbow to the face. I'm like, I'm not used to you here. I'm so sorry.
Right.
Oh, but yeah. And that was, I was like, oh, it's because I've always practiced stopping short. And so in a real life moment where my body went, I stopped short, thankfully, but in a real life situation, I won't be thankful. So yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that enoughness, like you get to step into that and claim it.
Okay.
Like you can see you were told you were the top performer, but that wasn't enough. And that's because no piece of paper, no individual can give you your enoughness but you. So that's a decision for you to make and then claim it.
I hadn't tied that to enoughness. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. So for implementing this.
Yes.
Is that just having it in mind? Like when I listen to my, or like read my enoughness lib, or how do I,
so you've got the 3 intentions, right? You've got the I am that I am, wouldn't it be nice if, and then just breathing it in, right? So when you're on your wouldn't it be nice if part, like, wouldn't it be nice if I just totally nailed my sparring practice tonight? Wouldn't it be nice? And envision like what that looks like. Like, wouldn't it be nice if I just, man, full on contact to the face, got a nice hit in? Like, wouldn't that be nice? Like, feel that. That's exciting. That's fun. That's what, you know, like what you want to be doing. And wouldn't it be nice if, what is your enoughness lib right now?
I'm filled with enough power, energy, strength, and zest to do anything on my heart and mind. Heavenly Father, put that desire there for my benefit.
Awesome. So yeah, like, man, wouldn't it be nice if I was powerful enough to, hey, say, knock out my teacher? Like something like that. Like just continuing to really tap into that enoughness and how that shows up in your life. Like, and again, like, no performance is going to give you that enoughness.
Yep.
You get to give that to yourself. Have you listened to Allison's Enough podcast?
Probably. I think I'm like two behind on her recent ones, but other than that, I've listened to all of them.
Oh, okay. What if you go back and re-listen to the Enough podcast?
Okay.
And she'll talk about that, the same thing, like nobody can give you permission but yourself. What really struck me is she's like, not even God can give you your enoughness, because none of us would have enoughness problems if he could.
It's our agency.
Yeah. I mean, I think about that all the time. I'm like, he wants us all to believe that we're enough, because if we all believed that, like, we'd live in a completely different world than we do. But yeah, listen to that Enough podcast and see what you can pull out of there that you feel like you can implement for really claiming that enoughness. And with your libs, make sure you're listening to them with those 3 intentions. Are you doing the daily affirmation?
Yes.
Awesome. Good. Are you memorizing it?
Yeah, I've got it on like a Think Up.
Good.
Like an audio recorded one. And so a lot of times I'll just like mouth along all the parts that I know and try to pick it up the next time it comes around, kind of thing.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. What about on that, and new member wealth consciousness is an enough meditation.
Right.
So that I listen to that when I go to bed at night. I still have yet to make it through without falling asleep. But Allison says that's okay.
That's awesome. It's still sinking in.
Yeah. So listen to that and see, if you find that helpful too, meditating to that as you go to bed. So, and then just really connecting to your vision. Like that's, as you connect to that $3,000, envision that house. Envision Oahu, even if it's just a vacation there to see how it would be, and remember, like, go reread your journal entry when you had that little flash come to you in that experience. Reread that so you're connected to your why, because the why is the only thing that's going to keep you going when it gets rough.
Yeah. Done.
I'm like, is this anything you haven't heard before? Probably not.
No, but sometimes you just need it for the 50th time, and that's okay.
Right? Is anything else coming up for you?
Not at the moment.
Okay, so I'm going to put on your, like, just kind of like what to implement is listening to the Enough podcast.
Yep.
Reading The Science of Getting Rich, and just connecting to your vision.
Okay.
Are you pretty good at connecting to your goal card multiple times throughout the day?
Yes.
Good. Awesome. And I know next time, like, Science of Getting Rich is going to blow your mind.
I'm excited.
So I'm so excited for you. And I'm so excited that we'll be able to, like, take what he teaches and really start being able to work with those and implement those into your life, because it really is going to change your life.
Okay.
So yeah, awesome.
Deal. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome.
I'm an expertise.
If you need anything at all, feel free to reach out. That's what I'm here for. So
okay.
Thank
you, Shelly.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
See ya. Bye.